Hi everyone, this is Janelle from the customer success team at Funnel, and today I wanted to show you how to create a data share for one of our business intelligence tools. So once you click on share on the left-hand side here, you'll see all the shares that you've created listed here and the different data destinations that you're using. So the only one that I'm using now is Google Looker Studio. And if you wanted to create an entirely new one, then you would go to create data share on the right-hand side. And over here, you have the three business intelligence tools listed. The way that you set them up are all the same within Funnel. So for this example, I'll just use Google Looker Studio, but you'll find that they follow the same template when you're setting them up in Funnel. So starting off, you would have to name it. So I would recommend if you're doing this report for a specific platform to include that in the name. So for example, Facebook ads report. But it all depends what kind of report you're creating. If it's not platform specific, then just name it something that will make it easily distinguishable. And then over here, you can choose to create this Google Looker Studio report based off a view that you've already created. So you can create views over in Data Explorer. So super quickly jumping into Data Explorer, if there's a specific set of fields that you find you're going to Data Explorer to visualize consistently, and you find that you always have to pick them out of the Choose Fields option, you can always save a view here. So say if these were the views that I found myself visualizing often, instead of having to manually put them together every single time in the Data Explorer, I can just save as a new view, name that specific view whatever I want it to be, and then from there, I can go ahead and create a data share for Google Looker Studio based off of that view. So you have the views that you've already saved here, and you can create an entirely new one based on templates as well. So jumping back into the share that we were creating. So as I mentioned, over here you have the view option. If you don't already have a view saved for the specific fields you would like to visualize in this report, you can always manually pick those fields here. So here you have some example fields, and you can remove them from the view if you would like. This doesn't remove them from your funnel subscription, it just removes them from the specific report. And since this is a Facebook ads related report, then you can go ahead and click on the specific platform here and choose whichever fields are relevant to you to include in that specific report. So I can click on a few here. And as you can see, they're listed there. So you can click on use these fields and it'll add them in there. And then you can also choose to add a suffix. So if you're using something outside of the custom fields that are aggregated from different platforms, so if you're just using platform specific fields, then you can go ahead and have the platform listed in parentheses next to that specific dimension or metric so that you're aware that it's coming from that platform specifically. Or you can choose to not include that, up to you. And then there's also a dimensions filter. So over here, you can play around if you would only like, for example, the data source type to be Facebook ads, then anything that will be included in that specific Google Looker Studio report will only be Facebook ads related. But you can add several filters here, just about as many as you would like. And then you can also choose the currency of the report. So you can do the original currency. So this would be however the data sources that are included in that specific report, the currency that those data sources were configured in, or you can choose to standardize it across all of the fields. So yeah, here you'll have all the different currencies that are in your subscription listed. And then for the notes section, we would recommend for you to use this section if there's multiple people working in the same workspace. So if you have a few teammates that are also in the same workspace, it would be good to leave a note for them, just so that they're aware of what the point of this share is and what it could include. So then from here, we can go ahead and save. And you'll see when it was created, updated, the different fields. You can also create a shortcut here. So before you send it out to Google Looker Studio, you can go ahead and show in Data Explorer and make sure that all of these fields are outputting what you would like to see in your reports before you officially send it out to your Google Looker Studio report. And then here you have all the fields listed that you have included in that report. So that was about it for creating a data share for one of our business intelligence tools. From there, you would just connect it to the destination itself and play around with the report as you would like. Going back to the share section though, I did want to highlight that you can edit specific shares directly from here. You can also connect them directly from here. And then you have some shortcuts here where you can visualize that specific report and the fields that it has in it in Data Explorer. You can also see additional details of that specific share, so who created it, what fields are included, so on and so forth. You can also duplicate shares, and you can delete it right over here as well. And the last thing that I would like to point out within the Share tab is the settings option here. So basically, we would recommend for you to put your email here so you get notified if there's ever any errors with any of your shares. You can put multiple teammates' emails, just separate them by a comma, and you will all be notified if there's ever any errors with your shares. But that's about it from me. If you have any further questions, please feel free to reach out to our support team at support@funnel.io or through our in-app chat. Thank you.